The other day I put up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, I put up a quote that said, if you do nothing else before the end of the year 2014, at the very least, seek clarity of purpose. Because one of the reasons why you have New Year's resolutions for the new year or what have you, or why people are trying to figure out what to do before the year ends, is because at the end of the day, a lot of them are still trying to, they're trying to align themselves with their purpose. And usually when you can't figure that out, it's because you haven't really figured out what your purpose is yet. I know for me, one of the things that I've been doing the past month or so is really seeking out clarity as far as, what is my purpose? Like, what is it that I've been put on this earth? What have I been born to do? And so I was talking with my brother, and my brother said I might have to expound upon that a little bit more for people who, they hear me say, seek clarity of purpose, but they're not necessarily sure as far as how to go about doing that. So I said, okay, let me think about what it is that I've been doing that has been helping me to reach clarity of purpose. And what I've been noticing is, first and foremost, I try to make my videos so that, whether you're a person of faith or not, it's something that my videos are hopefully something that you can learn from and grow from, but this is one of those things where, truthfully, one of the things that I do is I pray. I pray and I ask God. I believe in God and everything. So I'm praying every morning, and throughout the day, the past month or so, and I've really been intentional about praying for clarity of purpose, because I felt like, I was doing some good things, and it's cool to do good things, but it's like I want to make sure that whatever things I am doing are really in line with, where my life is supposed to be heading. So that's one of the key things. So I don't know what some others may do or what some others may suggest, especially for somebody who's not a person of faith. I don't know, maybe you might meditate or what have you. I don't know what it is, but for me personally, one of the key things that I do is I make sure to pray, ask God, for instructions as far as what is it that I'm supposed to be doing. The next thing for me is, clearing out the clutter. And what I mean by that is there are things that that are taking away from you really operating at full capacity, and those things, all that clutter, is getting in the way of you really being able to figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And so what I mean by that is, for some people, I don't know, maybe you're trying to be healthy, and as you're trying to be healthy, you still find yourself going to the Oreos and stuff like that, going to the cookies, or you find that you can't put down the chocolate cake or whatever snacks throughout the day or what have you. And those things are distracting you, or for you, that you may not necessarily know what your purpose is as yet. You're still seeking it, but that you have not been purposed to, stay up all night and watch TV all night and all day. You have not been purposed to, watch NBA games unless you are trying to make it to the NBA. You weren't not born to watch the NBA day in and day out. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that that you're actually doing in your life that are hindering you from actually figuring out what your purpose. They're hindering you from getting clarity on your purpose, and you want to get rid of as many of those things as possible. So let's say for me specifically, maybe I might watch a little bit too much TV instead of really putting my head in the books that I'm supposed to be reading. And maybe some other things, but you guys get the point with that. The last thing is you have to pay attention. And when I say pay attention, what I mean is pay attention to the things that are going on in your life. Pay attention to the clues. Really take some time to do some self-investigation and figuring out, what touches your heart the most. What do you seem to be good at? And just to give you a real life example, I've always been trying to figure out, like, okay, good, I'm speaking now. I've been speaking here, I've been speaking there, but where is it that I thrive at? What topics do I thrive in? And what I realized is that, okay, I've been to counseling before, because I told you guys that I've been through a divorce and all that kind of stuff, right? And I've suggested to you guys before, when you go through something that's a somewhat of a traumatic experience, not traumatic in like, traumatic, like, oh my gosh, you're going crazy. But traumatic, like, yo, it might have been a trying time in your life. It's good to go and see a counselor just to get your mind right. So while I'm in counseling, I started realizing, like, yo, you know what? I actually like this kind of session. That started to stick out to me. Then I realized in one of my classes for my master's program, it's basically a class on counseling. And I started realizing, man, I like counseling. I like all this, studying psychology, studying counseling and all that kind of stuff. Then I started realizing that a lot of my friends started contacting me, asking me for advice as far as they're going through some difficult times in their marital relationships, and they're just seeking my guidance from what I learned from the experience that I went through. And so I realized, like, wow, like, maybe this is something that I need to look into more, because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy helping people in that capacity, and it seems like these things are coming my way without me even asking for them. So it's not to say that specifically is my purpose, but I feel like it's part of the process on my way there. That's what's happening in my life right now. And so I'm looking and I'm investigating more into that thing. So my suggestion for you, as we're ending the year and going forward, is if you're seeking clarity of purpose, talk to God, pray, clear out the clutter, and lastly, pay attention. So this is Coach Vaughn. We driving here on the Belt Parkway. For those of you who know New York, stand up. Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, Bronx, shout out. All right, y'all. Average is failure. Character is legendary. Peace.